You probably think your skeleton is just a bunch of dead, chalky scaffolding holding up your meat. You think it's just inert rock, like the frame of a cheap house quietly waiting to snap when you slip on an icy sidewalk. Forget what the cereal box told you about a balanced breakfast and a glass of milk, magically giving you a titanium chassis. That is lazy, infantile science. Your bones are alive. And more importantly, they are literally electric. Listen, I am Dr. Stick, and I spend way too much time analyzing biological systems far more complex than anything you've ever seen. These systems weren't thrown together by accident. They were engineered with a level of precision that should honestly embarrass you. And yet somehow you primates still manage to completely ignore how they work. If you're tired of feeling weak, structurally fragile, and terrified of breaking a hip the moment you hit retirement, and you want the cold, hard scientific reality without the comforting lies, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this over with. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Your bones possess a property called the piezoelectric effect. Piezo means pressure. When you jump, run, or lift something heavier than a TV remote, the physical stress actually bends the collagen fibers and hydroxyapatite crystals in your bones. That compression generates a literal, measurable electrical charge. You're a walking power plant, and impact is the generator. Biological systems require active engagement to generate power and trigger growth. Funny enough, this channel works the same way. Every subscriber is basically a mechanical stressor, a nutrient of engagement. The more it gets, the sharper and stronger the content becomes. Just something to consider while your femur slowly turns into a porous sponge because you haven't jumped since the 3rd grade. Pay attention, because this is where the designer's absolute genius shows up. Your bones are constantly being destroyed and rebuilt. It's a never-ending renovation project. You have these tiny demolition cells called osteoclasts. Their entire job is to pour acid on old bone and dissolve it. Then you have the builder cells, the osteoblasts, who come in behind them and lay down fresh, dense, new bone. Now your tiny monkey brain might be thinking, well, how do the builders know exactly where to put the new bone? The electricity. It's basic biology, viewer. Even a first-year med student knows this. When you put weight on a bone, the electrical charge I just told you about acts as a homing beacon. It screams at the osteoblast, hey, I stress area right here, reinforce this wall. The builders flock to the electrical current and pack in the minerals. Whoever engineered this knew exactly what they were doing. It's an elegant, flawless, closed-loop feedback system. The manual existed long before the science caught up to it, but here's where you ruin the masterpiece. What happens when you sit in your ergonomic, marshmallow soft office chair for 10 hours a day? You remove the mechanical stress. When there's no stress, the piezoelectric effect shuts down, the electricity turns off. And when the power goes out, the builder cells go to sleep. But guess what? The demolition crew, the osteoclast, they work in the dark. They keep dissolving your bone. You're literally signaling to your body, hey, I'm not using this skeleton anymore. Go ahead and scrap it for parts. You sit down, the power shuts off, and your bones dissolve into chalk dust. You're the landlord who fired the maintenance crew and is wondering why the roof just caved in. Ugh. And don't even get me started on the nutritional sabotage. You think swallowing a cheap calcium pill fixes a power grid failure? If you don't have vitamin D3 to absorb it and vitamin K2 to act as a traffic cop, directing that calcium into the bone vault, that calcium just floats around and hardens your arteries instead. You're pouring concrete into your plumbing and wondering why you're having a heart attack. Look, I can't force you to plug the machine back in, but if you want to stop actively dismantling your own architecture, you have to follow the specifications. First, generate the electricity. You need weight-bearing, impact exercises, lift heavy weights, jump rope, do a push-up, sprint, send a massive, beautiful electrical surge through your chassis so the builders know you're still using the equipment. Second, fix your supply chain. Stop eating refined garbage. Get vitamin D3 from the actual sun, which you conveniently placed at the exact perfect distance to keep you alive, and get vitamin K2 from grass-fed dairy, fermented foods, or a high-quality supplement. So your calcium actually goes to the construction site and not your heart valve. Your body was built better than you deserve, and you're actively working against it. You possess a staggering, self-repairing organic machine designed by a mathematical genius upstairs. It was built to handle immense loads, to adapt, to fortify itself through struggle. Stop turning off the power, stand up, stress the system, and respect the engineering. Class dismissed.